Hi everyone, this is Chandan and welcome to Chandan Logics. Hope all you guys are preparing well and staying safe at your home. Before starting the class, I have few important announcements for you regarding the upcoming new batches in our Chandan Logics app. First batch is free foundation batch. In this batch, all our expert faculty team will teach you basics regarding all the subjects. And this batch is absolutely free. You can take this batch as demo classes and you can watch these classes for 1 month without paying any money. This batch is available separately for English medium students and separately for Telugu medium students. If you have any doubts, you can call us to these numbers or you can download Chandan Logics app from Google Play Store and you can join in this batch. Next batch is 0 to Hero batch. In this batch, I am going to teach Arithmetic, Reasoning, Advanced Maths. These three subjects I will be teaching from basic level to advanced level. Almost 450 to 500 hours of video lectures will be provided in this batch. Not only classes, we will be providing you PDF material and topic-wise mock examinations also in this batch. This batch is useful for both preliminary level examination and mains level examination. Both of them combined together, we are going to teach each and every topic from basic level to extreme high level in this batch. And this batch is available separately for English medium students and separately for Telugu medium students also. And for this 1 month course price is 999, for 6 months course price is 3200 and for 1 year course price is 5000 rupees. This batch is useful for bank examination aspirants, SSC aspirants, railway aspirants and the upcoming CET examination also. If you are writing CSAT examination, AFCAT examination, defense examination, for all these examinations also, this batch is useful. So if you have any doubts, you can call us to these numbers and definitely we will help you. And next batch is regarding Arithmetic special batch, Reasoning special batch, English special batch, GS special batch and Advanced Maths special batch. These are the prices for special batches, and here in this batch, all of these batches are validity 4 months. In this also, we have separate batches for English medium students and separate batches for Telugu medium students. In this batches also, we will provide you classes, material and topic-wise examinations. If you have any doubts, you can call us to these numbers. Next batches are complete courses. If you want to join complete bank batch, complete SSC batch, complete railway batch, or you want to join combo pack, these are the complete batches. For bank complete course price is 4000 rupees. For SSC complete course price is 4500 rupees. For railway complete course is 4000 rupees. Combo pack complete course is 5500 rupees. Police complete course is 5000 rupees. CSAT complete course is 5000 rupees. If you want to join combo pack, in this combo pack, we are going to cover all the subjects useful for bank, SSC and railway. We are going to cover Arithmetic, Reasoning, Advanced Maths, English, Banking Awareness, Computer Awareness, Current Affairs, Static GK, History, Geography, Polity, Economy, Physics, Biology, Chemistry, everything will be covered in this batch, and we are going to provide you PDF material also in this batch, and we will conduct you topic-wise mock examinations and full-length mock examinations also in this batch. So all these batches are valid for 6 months. In these batches, we are going to teach all the subjects and we are going to provide you PDF materials, and we will conduct topic-wise mock examinations and we will conduct full-length mock examinations also. And these batches are also available in English medium and Telugu medium. If you want to join English medium batch, you can join English medium batch. If you want to join Telugu medium batch, you can join Telugu medium batch. And if you have any doubts, you can call us to these numbers and definitely we will help you. Today we will be discussing topic mixture. From topic mixture, we get questions frequently in all competitive exams. Whether you write bank exam or SSC exam or railway exam or defense exam, whatever the examination you are going to write, definitely you can expect question from topic mixture. And one more important thing, before watching topic mixture, you need to watch topic ratio. After completion of ratio and proportion, then you have to watch topic mixture. The reason is application of ratio and proportion we are going to use in mixture. So that is reason first you have to watch ratio proportions and then you have to watch mixture. And don't forget, this is very simple topic. Yes, you can solve questions based upon mixture very easily in examination in just fraction of seconds. Very simple. So what I will do is, first I will explain you the concept. After completion of concept, then we will solve questions based upon this. Okay, very important, very simple, and definitely you can expect one question from this topic. Okay, first we'll discuss concept. So here you have two vessels. Okay, so in first vessel you have milk water in the ratio 6:7. In the second vessel you have milk water in the ratio 8:5. Now what we are trying to do is, we are mixing both these vessels into a large vessel in the ratio 1:1. Now my question is, what is milk to water ratio in this large vessel? Is it clear? This is very simple and basic question. I have two vessels. In first vessel, milk to water ratio is 6:7. In second vessel, milk to water ratio is 8:5. Now I am mixing both these vessels in the ratio 1:1 to a large vessel. Now my question is, after mixing them in the ratio 1:1, what is the ratio of milk and water in this large vessel? This is my question. Okay, very simple. Actually so many students commit mistake here. So what I will do is, first I will show you how to solve this question in a normal traditional way. Next I will show you how to solve these questions directly in examination point of view. Okay, look here. If I ask you about milk, what is the proportion of milk in first vessel? Then proportion of milk in first vessel is 6 parts out of total 6 plus 7, 13 parts. Yes or no? This is about proportion of milk in the first vessel. Similarly, if I ask you what is the proportion of water in the first vessel, proportion of water in the first vessel is 7/13. Okay, so milk is 6 parts out of total 13 parts. Water is 7 parts out of total 13 parts. Now if you observe, what we are doing is, we are mixing both these vessels into a large vessel in the ratio 1:1. As you are mixing them in the ratio 1:1, so that is the reason into 1, this is into 1. Okay, now if you observe here, this is regarding milk. So you need to write milk quantity in the second vessel also. This is regarding first vessel. As this is regarding first vessel milk quantity is 6/13. Now write about second vessel also. If you look at second vessel milk is 8 parts out of total 8 plus 5, 13 parts. Yes, as you are mixing them in the ratio 1:1, so into 1. So this is nothing but milk. So milk from both the vessels combined, this is nothing but milk. Now similarly, write about water. This is water in first vessel. Now write about water in second vessel. Water is 5 parts out of total 13 parts. As you are mixing them in the ratio 1:1, so this is into 1. Now this is nothing but water from both the vessels combined together. Now I need to know the ratio of milk and water after mixing. Now if you observe here, this is milk quantity from both the vessels combined together. This is water from both the vessels combined together. Now just to simplify, if we simplify, LCM is going to be 13. Yes or no? Next, 6 into 1 is 6 plus 8 into 1 is 8. Next, here LCM is also 13. Yes or no? 7 into 1 is 7 plus 5 into 1 is 5. Now just simplify. 13 gets cancelled. 6 plus 8, now this is 14. Next, 7 plus 5, this is 12. Now, if you simplify this, 2 cancels here 7 times, 2 cancels here 6 times, which means in this large vessel, milk to water ratio is 7:6. Yes or no? 7:6. If both these vessels are mixed into a large vessel in the ratio 1:1, then resultant mixture milk to water ratio is nothing but 7:6. But if you observe here, examination point of view, you can't do all this calculation and waste your time. Then how to solve this easily examination point of view? I am going to share you that technique also. This is very simple and effective technique. Using this technique, you can solve very easily these type of questions in examination. Okay, very easily. Look here. If you look at first vessel, milk to water ratio. If you look at first vessel, in first vessel, milk to water ratio is 6:7. Okay. Next, in the second vessel, milk to water ratio is 8:5. Okay. Now observe here carefully. First of all, what you have to do is add these parts. When you add these parts, 6 plus 7, this is nothing but 13 parts. Similarly, add these parts, 8 plus 5, this is 13 parts. Now observe here carefully. Whenever parts are same, then what you can do is you can directly add these numbers. Anyway, here ratio is 1:1. As ratio is 1:1, again you need not multiply into 1. Why there is this? Anyway, it is ratio 1:1. If you want, you can multiply. But even though if you multiply, it doesn't make any sense. Why the reason is, even if you multiply this with 1, ratio remains same, 6:7, 8:5. Then why again to multiply? If it is not 1:1, then obviously it is going to be important. But as reason this is 1:1, it doesn't make any sense. So that is reason you need not multiply it with 1. Okay. Just what you have to do is you need to check whether parts is same or not. If you observe here, for the first vessel, total this is 6 plus 7, 13 parts. In second vessel, this is 8 plus 5, 13 parts. So we came to know that in both these vessels, parts same. Once parts are same means, then what you have to do is you need to directly add these numbers. Okay. As parts are same, you can directly add these numbers. If you add this 6 plus 8, now this is 14. Next, 7 plus 5, this is 12. Don't forget, while you are adding, you need to add both milk terms and both water terms. You should not add milk water. Is that clear? While you are checking total parts, then you can add milk water. Once you came to know that parts are same, then directly you need to add milk quantity, water quantity. So milk will be 6 plus 8, 14 parts. Water will be 7 plus 5, 12 parts. Now just to simplify, 2 cancels here 7 times, 2 cancels here 6 times. So ratio is going to be 7:6, which is same as answer whatever we got earlier. Earlier also we got ratio 7:6. Now even we got answer 7:6. But if you observe here, the calculation whatever we have done here is, this is pretty easy calculation, and you can do this calculation very easily in examination in just fraction of seconds. That is the reason what you have to do is, first of all, check whether parts are same or not. If here both of them combined together 13 parts means, even here it has to be 13 parts. If this is 12 parts, then even this should be 12 parts. If this is 5 parts, even this should be 5 parts. So if both parts are same, then directly you can add them. You can add them and say 6 plus 8, 14, 7 plus 5, 12. Don't forget, you can add this only if both of them are having same parts. Okay, if both of them are having same parts, then directly you can add them and you can calculate the ratio instead of doing all the calculation. Is it clear? Let us look at one more example. Here you have two vessels. In the first vessel, milk to water ratio is 7:2. In the second vessel, milk to water ratio is 7:11. And both these vessels are mixed in the ratio 1:1 into a large vessel. Now my question is, what is the ratio in the resultant mixture? Now let us look here. Here if you observe, both of them are mixed in the ratio 1:1. So you need not worry about that. Now if you observe milk to water ratio in the first vessel, milk to water ratio is 7:2. In second vessel, milk to water ratio is 7:11. Now observe here, 7 plus 2, this is total how many parts? 9 parts. In the second vessel, 7 plus 11, this is total how many parts? 18 parts. Now observe here carefully. If you observe here, this is 9 parts, this is 18 parts. Now you should not add this directly. If you add this directly, then it's going to be a wrong answer. Why? The reason is, if you observe our previous question, here parts are same. When parts are same, then you can directly add it. That is what I told you. But if you observe here parts are not same. If parts are not same, you should not add them directly. Then what to do? What to do is simply you have to make parts same. That's it. If they are not same, you have to make them same. So to make it same, what I have to do? I need to multiply this with 2. Yes, if I multiply this with 2, then 9 2 times this will be 18. So this is 18. This one is also 18. Yes. So that is the reason we need to multiply this ratio with 2. When you multiply this ratio with 2, then this is 7 2 times 14, 2 2 times 4. Okay, and you need not multiply this one. Why? The reason is, this is already 18, but this is not 18. To make this 18, we need to multiply it with 2. When you are multiplying this with 2, the whole ratio should be multiplied with 2. So 7 2 times 14, 2 2 times 4. Now this is anyway 7:11. Now you can add them directly. Why? The reason is, this is 18 parts, even this is 18 parts. So directly add 14 plus 7, this is 21. 4 plus 11, this is 15. So now we can say milk to water ratio in the resultant mixture. Now if you simplify this, 3 cancels here 7 times, 3 cancels here 5 times. So we can say milk to water ratio in the resultant mixture is 7:5. Okay. So milk to water ratio in the resultant mixture will be 7:5. Is it clear? Just you have to make these parts same. Once if you are going to make these parts same, then directly you can add them. 14 plus 7, 21. 4 plus 11, 15. 3 cancels here 7 times, 3 cancels 5 times. So ratio will be 7:5. Is it clear? Whenever parts are not same, you have to make them same. And don't forget, here the ratio is 1:1. That is the reason we are directly taking them. Why? Means even if you multiply with 1, it doesn't make any change. Okay. We have one more example. Milk to water ratio in first vessel is 3:4. In second vessel, milk to water ratio is 5:2. Now if you observe, both these vessels are mixed in the ratio 4:3. In previous questions, ratio is 1:1, but now this is not 1:1. Both these are mixed in the ratio 4:3. Now our question is, what is the ratio of milk and water in the resultant mixture? Okay, observe here carefully. Now if you observe milk to water ratio in the first vessel, milk to water ratio in the first vessel. In the first vessel, milk to water ratio is 3:4. In the second vessel, milk to water ratio is 5:2. Okay. Now look, 3 plus 4, this is 7 parts. Here 5 plus 2, this is 7 parts. Now if you observe here parts are same. Yes, as parts are same, you can directly add it, yes or no. In the first vessel, 3 plus 4, total 7 parts. In second vessel, 5 plus 2, total 7 parts. So parts are same, you can directly add it. But here if you observe, they are mixed in the ratio 4:3. As they are mixed in the ratio 4:3, so you need to multiply this with 4 and you need to multiply this with 3. This is very, very important point to be noted. Is it clear? From first vessel, second vessel, both of them are mixed in the ratio 4:3. That is reason multiply this with 4 and multiply this with 3. Okay. Now after multiplying, the resultant ratios will be 4 3 times 12, 4 4 times 16. Next, 3 5 times 15, 3 2 times 6. Yes. Now just add. If you add this 12 plus 15, this is 27. Next, 16 plus 6, now this is 22. Which means milk to water ratio in the resultant mixture is 27:22. So this is going to be the answer. Is it clear? Just what you have to do is, here parts are same. As parts are same, you can directly add them. But ratio is not 1:1. As ratio is 4:3, you need to multiply this with 4 and you need to multiply this with 3. When you multiply this with 4, 3 4 times 12, 4 4 times 16. When you multiply this with 3, 5 3 times 15, 2 3 times 6. When you add both of this, now this will be 12 plus 15, 27, and this is 16 plus 6, 22. So ratio will be 27:22. Is that clear? Next, we have one more question. Milk to water ratio is 3:4 in the first vessel. In second vessel, milk to water ratio is 5:9, and we are mixing both these vessels in the ratio 2:3. Now our question is, in the resultant mixture, milk to water ratio is how much? Now look here carefully. Milk to water ratio in the first vessel. Milk to water ratio in the first vessel is 3:4. In the second vessel, milk to water ratio is 5:9. Okay. Now look here, 3 plus 4, total this is 7 parts. Next, 5 plus 9, this is 14 parts. Which means parts are not same. So first of all, parts are not same. So we need to make parts same. This is 14 parts, but this is 7 parts. So to make same, you just need to multiply this with 2. When you multiply this with 2, now this is 14 and even this is 14. Yes, when you are multiplying this with 2, then obviously this ratio also should be multiplied with 2. Yes or no? When you are multiplying this with 2, automatically ratio also will be multiplied with 2. But here if you observe this one, you need not multiply this. If you want, you can just multiply this with 1. Why? Means even if you multiply it with 1, it doesn't make any change. Is that clear? To make parts same, you just need to multiply this with 2. Now observe here carefully. Now don't simplify this. As question is saying, both these are mixed in the ratio 2:3. As both these are mixed in the ratio 2:3, now what you have to do is, you need to multiply this with 2 and you need to multiply this with 3. Is that clear? Why? Means both of them are mixed in the ratio 2:3. So that is the reason multiply this with 2 and multiply this with 3. First what I have done is, I am making parts same. Once we make parts same, after that, in the question it is said they are mixed in the ratio 2:3. So multiply it with 2 and 3. Now just simplify. If you simplify, this is 4. 4 3 times, this is 12. 4 4 times 16. Next, this is 3. 3 5 times 15. 3, 9 times 27. Yes. Now just add 12 plus 15. Now this is 27. Next 16 plus 27, 43. Which means ratio is 27:43. This is going to be the answer. Is it clear? Very, very simple. Just fraction of seconds. You have to check whether parts are same or not. If parts is same, directly you can add it if the ratio is 1:1. If ratio is not 1:1, if it is mentioned 3:4, 5:6, then according to that multiply and then add. But if parts are not same, you have to make parts same. Only after making parts same, then you have to add them. Without making parts same, you cannot add. That is the reason, look here, this is 14, this is 14. Now parts are same, then I can add. But without making parts same, you should not add it. Is it clear? If ratio is 2:3, 4:5, 5:7, then based upon the ratio, you have to multiply. And you need to come across with resultant ratio and then you have to add them. If there is any cancellation, you can cancel them. But here I don't have any cancellation. So just multiply them and after that you have to add the ratio. Is it clear? So ratio is going to be 27:43. So this is the concept regarding mixture. This is very, very simple concept. Whenever you are trying to solve questions related to mixture, first of all, you need to check whether parts are same or not in both the quantity. If parts are same, directly you can add if the ratio is 1:1. If the ratio is not 1:1, then according to the given ratio, you have to multiply. But if parts are not same, then you have to make parts same. This is very, very important point to be noted. Okay. And don't forget, as I have already told you, you need to have basic idea about ratios to solve questions from mixtures. Okay. Now let us look at first question. Two vessels contain milk and water in the ratio 9:7 and 5:11. If the both vessels are mixed in the ratio 1:1, find the ratio of milk and water in new mixture. So we need to know milk and water ratio in the new mixture. So if you observe here, milk to water ratio in the first vessel, milk to water ratio in the first vessel is 9:7. In the second vessel, milk to water ratio is 5:11. Yes. Now check parts. 9 plus 7, this is total 16 parts. Here 5 plus 11, this is total 16 parts. Now if you observe here parts are same. As parts are same and the ratio is 1:1, directly you can add them. So add them directly. If you add them directly, 9 plus 5, now this is 14 and 7 plus 11, this is 18. Now when you simplify this, 2 cancels here 7 times. 2 cancels here 9 times. So ratio is going to be 7:9, which is option 3. Very, very simple. Truly speaking, it's just a matter of fraction of seconds. Even this is not required. This is just for the purpose of understanding. I have done this explanation. But if you observe here it is very clear. 9 plus 7, 16 parts. 5 plus 11, 16 parts. Both of them are same. As both of them are same and they are asked to mix in the ratio 1:1, directly add. If you add 9 plus 5, this is 14. Next 7 plus 11, this is 18. Now calculate the ratio directly. If you calculate the ratio directly, you will get answer 7:9. Then why to write all these things? Yes or no? But just for the purpose of understanding, I am writing all these things clearly in detail. But examination point of view, you can do it very fast once based upon your practice. Okay. Next, 2 vessels contain milk and water in the ratio 8:7 and 4:11. If the vessels are mixed in the ratio 1:1, find the ratio of milk and water in new mixture. Now even here ratio is 1:1. We need to find new mixture ratio. Look here. First vessel milk to water ratio. First vessel milk to water ratio is 8:7. Next, second vessel milk to water ratio is 4:11. Now check parts. If you check parts, 8 plus 7, this is total 15 parts. Next, 4 plus 11, this is total 15 parts. As parts are same, now directly you can add it. If you add 8 plus 4, this is 12. Next, 7 plus 11, this is 18. Now, 6 cancels here 2 times, 6 cancels here 3 times. So, ratio is 2:3. Yes or no? Very, very simple. Just fraction of seconds. As the ratio is 1:1 and here parts are same, directly you can add them. 8 plus 4, 12 parts, 7 plus 11, 18 parts, 12:18, which is nothing but 2:3. Look at next question. 2 vessels contain zinc, copper and tin in the ratio 3:8:6 and 9:5:3. If the both vessels are mixed in the ratio 1:1, find the ratio of zinc and copper in the new mixture. So we need to find ratio of zinc and copper in the new mixture. Sorry, zinc, copper and tin. Zinc, copper and tin. So this is not zinc and copper. Zinc, copper and tin ratio in the new mixture. Okay. Now observe carefully. Both of them are mixed in the ratio 1:1. Here you have zinc, copper, tin. Okay. Zinc, copper, tin. So in the first vessel, zinc, copper, tin ratio is 3:8:6. Zinc, copper, tin ratio is 3:8:6. First vessel. In the second vessel, zinc, copper, tin ratio is 9:5:3. Okay. So as both of them are mixed in the ratio 1:1, now first check total parts. If you look at parts, 8 plus 3, this is 11, 11 plus 6, total this is 17 parts. Here, if you observe 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 5, this is 17 parts. Now, if you observe in both these parts are same, yes or no? 17 parts, 17 parts. And anyway ratio is 1:1. So, what you can do as parts are same, directly you can add. If you add them, 9 plus 3, this is 12, 8 plus 5, this is 13, 6 plus 3, this is 9. So, ratio is going to be 12:13:9. So, 12:13:9, option 1 is going to be answer. Okay. So, question is about zinc, copper and tin. So, look here, zinc, copper and tin. Zinc, copper, tin ratio is going to be how much in the new mixture? In the new mixture, zinc, copper, tin ratio is going to be 12:13:9. Is that clear? Next one, A and B are two alloy of tin and copper prepared by mixing metals in proportion 13:11 and 5:7 respectively. If equal quantities of two alloy melted to form a third alloy C, the proportion of tin and copper in C will be. So here if you observe, in the question they said tin, copper are prepared by mixing two metals in the proportion 13:11 and 5:7. So first one is in the ratio 13:11. So this is about tin, copper. Tin to copper. First one, that is like in vessel A, ratio is going to be 13:11. If you look at B, in B ratio is nothing but 5:7. Now both of these are mixed into a new vessel C. Okay, and it is very clear that equal quantity means 1:1. Is that clear? It did not, there did not mention 1:1, but they told equal quantities. Equal quantities means ratio is nothing but 1:1. Okay, so first tin to copper ratio is 13:11 in A. In B, tin to copper ratio is 5:7. Now add parts 13 plus 11. Now this is going to be how much? 24 parts. In this 5 plus 7, this is 12 parts. Now observe here carefully. If you observe here parts not same. Yes or no? This is 24 parts, this is 12 parts. As parts are not same, we need to make parts same. Yes, to make parts same, what you have to do? You just need to multiply this with 2. When you multiply this with 2, this is 24 and even this is 24. So parts are same. When you are multiplying this with 2, the whole ratio should be multiplied with 2. When you multiply this with 2, this will be 5 2 times 10, 7 2 times 14. Okay, and don't forget this is going to be the same. That is nothing but 13:11. Okay, 13:11. Now you can directly add this. Okay, now you can directly add. Why the reason is this is 24 parts, this is 12 parts. So when you multiply this with 2, automatically both of them will be 24. So once parts are same, you can directly add. If you add 13 plus 10, this is 23. 11 plus 14, this is 25. So ratio is going to be 23:25, which is option 1. Is that clear? Very simple. As it is said, equal quantity ratio will be 1:1. As parts are not same, we have to make parts same. Once we make parts same, then automatically you can get the answer. Okay. Look at next question. 2 vessels contain milk and water in the ratio 2:3 and 3:5. If both vessels are mixed in the ratio 3:4, find the ratio of milk and water in new mixture. Now if you observe here, they are mixed in the ratio 3:4, not 1:1. Now it is in the ratio 3:4. Now observe here, milk to water in the first vessel. Milk to water ratio in the first vessel is 2:3. In the second vessel, ratio is 3:5. So first of all, we need to know whether parts are same or not. So 2 plus 3, total this is 5 parts. Next, 3 plus 5, this is 8 parts. Now observe here carefully. If you observe here, this is total 5 parts, this is 8 parts. As parts are not same, we need to make parts same. To make parts same, what you have to do is, you just multiply this with 8 and multiply this with 5. So simply what we are doing is, we are trying to multiply this with 8 and we are multiplying this with 5. Why the reason is, this is 5, this is 8. To make them same means, multiply this 5 with this 8 and multiply this 8 with this 5. When you multiply, both of them will be 40. Or else what you can do is, you can take LCM also. 5, 8 LCM is going to be how much? 5, 8 LCM is going to be 40. When LCM is going to be 40, now what happened? 40 cancels in 5 8 times, 40 cancels in 8 5 times. So either you can say in this way also, you can take LCM and you can make both of them same. Is it clear? So to make them same, we need to multiply this with 8 and we need to multiply this with 5. When you are multiplying this with 8, the whole ratio should be multiplied with 8. When you are multiplying this with 5, the whole ratio should be multiplied with 5. Now once if you multiply them, then parts will be same. Now observe here carefully. In the question it is clearly said, they are mixed in the ratio 3:4, not 1:1. If it is 1:1, you will multiply it with 1. But there it is clearly said they are multiplied in the ratio 3:4. As it is in the ratio 3:4, so multiply this with 3 and multiply this with 4. Is that clear? Just what you have to do is, to make them same, you are multiplying this with 8 and you are multiplying this with 5. After multiplying, in the question it is said they are mixed in the ratio 3:4. So multiply this with 3 and multiply this with 4. Now just to simplify, if you simplify this, what happened? 8 cancels in 4, how many times? 2 times. Any more simplification? We don't have any simplification. So 2 3 times 6, 6 2 times, this is going to be how much? 6 2 times, this is 12. Next 6 3 times, this is 18. So 12:18. Next here 5 3 times, this is 15. Next 5 5 times, this is 25. Now you can directly add them. Okay, directly you can add. So when you add this 12 plus 5, this is 27. 18 plus 25, this is 43. So ratio is going to be 27 ratio 43, which is option 1. Is that clear? Very simple. Just make sure that parts same. If parts are not same, you have to make them same. Once if you make them same, according to the question, if the ratio is 1:1, you will multiply it with 1:1. If the ratio is 3:4, you will multiply it with 3:4. If the ratio is 5:7, you will multiply it with 5:7. That's it. Okay. Look at next question. The ratio of copper to zinc in alloy A and B are 3:4 and 5:9 respectively. A and B are taken in the ratio 2:3 and melted to form a new alloy C. What is the ratio of copper to zinc in C? Even this is similar to previous question. So we have copper, zinc. So this is copper and this is zinc. In alloy A, copper to zinc ratio is 3:4. Yes. In alloy B, copper to zinc ratio is 5:9. Now check total in terms of parts. 3 plus 4, this is 7 parts. 5 plus 9, this is 14 parts. Now parts are not same. As they are not same, you have to make it same. To make it same, multiply this with 2. When you multiply this with 2, this is 14, this is 14. When you are multiplying this with 2, even this ratio also should be multiplied with 2. Okay. Now parts are same. In the question they said it was mixed in the ratio 2:3. So both of them are taken in the ratio 2:3. So multiply this with 2 and multiply this with 3. Okay. Why means both these alloy are mixed in the ratio 2:3. So as it is in the ratio 2:3, multiplies with 2 and multiplies with 3. Now just calculate the ratio. If you calculate the ratio, no more cancellations here. So 2 into 2 is 4. 4 3 times 12. 4 4 times 16. So ratio will be 12:16. Next here, 3 5 times 15. 3 9 times 27. Yes or no? Now just add. If you add this 12 plus 15, this is 27. Next 16 plus 27, this is 43. So ratio is going to be 27:43, which is option 1. Is that clear? And look here, whatever the questions we are discussing in the class, most of the questions came in various recent examinations. Yes, questions that came in bank examination, SSC examination, railway examination, CAT examination, defense examination. We have taken all these questions and we have segregated them pattern wise and we are discussing all of them. You just need to focus the class and listen the class carefully. Once if you are able to understand how examiner is asking questions and how you need to solve these questions in unique and smart way, once if you know this, then automatically you can solve any question that is going to come in examination very easily through proper practice. Practice is very, very important. If you are going to practice all the concepts, all the questions, whatever we are going to discuss in the class, then you can easily get good marks in any examination. In any examination, you can score good marks. Okay. Look at next question. 2 vessels contain milk water in the ratio 5:9 and 7:11. If both vessels are mixed in the ratio 4:3, find the ratio of milk and water in the new mixture. So we need to know milk water ratio in new mixture. Now observe here, milk to water. Milk water ratio in first vessel. In first vessel, milk water ratio is 5:9. In second vessel, milk water ratio is 7:11. Yes or no? Now parts 5 plus 7 total, this is 14 parts. Now this one 7 plus 11, this is 18 parts. Now look here, if you observe here, this is 14 parts, this is 18 parts. So parts are not same. If parts are not same, we have to make it same. To make it same, either you can take LCM
or else what you can do is, as this is 14, multiply this with 18. Similarly, this is 18, to make same, multiply this with 14. Now look here, when you multiply this with 18, when you multiply this with 14, this is 18 into 14. This is 14 into 18, which means both of them are same. Yes, when you are multiplying this with 18, this whole ratio should be multiplied with 18. Similarly, when you are multiplying this with 14, the whole ratio should be multiplied with 14. Okay. Next, in the question it is clearly said both of them are mixed in the ratio 4:3. As they are mixed in the ratio 4:3, so multiply this with 4 and multiply this with 3. Okay. Now just to simplify this, if we simplify this, 18 cancels in 3, how many times? 6 times. Yes or no? Next, 2 cancels here 3 times, 2 cancels here 7 times. Yes. Any more simplifications? We don't have any simplifications, so just multiply. If you multiply this 3 4 times 12, 12 5 times, this is going to be 60. Yes or no? Next, 12 9 times, this is 108. Yes or no? Next, 7 7 times, this is 49. Next, 7 11 times, this is 77. Is it clear? Just after multiplying them, you just need to add it. That's it, nothing more than that. 60 plus 49, this is 109, and 108 plus 77, both of them combined together, this is 185. Yes or no? This is 185. Now ratio is 109 ratio 185, which is option 3. Is it clear? So milk to water ratio in the resultant mixture is 109 ratio 185. Is it clear? Look here, very easily you can solve these questions once if you are able to understand the question. As concept is very simple, once if your concept is clear and if you are able to read the question properly, then you can solve these questions very easily in examination.
Hope you guys have enjoyed this session. If you like this video, click on the like button and give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to share our videos with all your friends and family members who are preparing for competitive examinations. And also share our videos in your WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups and Facebook groups. Thank you. Have a nice day. Meet you in the next session. Bye bye.